The following program is sponsored by Capitec.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Insider SA, your guide to living better. Join us today as we open up to blooming romance with Mr. India SA Joshua Maistry and his wife Alissa's answer to how they keep falling in love. Saying it with flowers, Nicola Andrag impresses the art world with her passion for nature's design. South Africa only has eyes for the nightography and gaming genius of this ultra-smart new phone. Rugby's CJ and Jean-Marie Stander follow their hearts back home and into the guest house business. Simone Meyer and Vernon Botha's passion for travel blossoms into a career. And RIP AKA. As we mourn the loss of Keenan Forbes, we bring you our final interview with him at his happiest with Nadia Nakai. When Joshua Maistry won Mr. India SA, what his wife Alissa meant in his win was written all over his face. So, February was a good month to follow up on their love story.
Today we are in Durban, Ushaka. My wife and myself, we are newly wedded couple. I met her 10 years ago. I'm a huge soccer fanatic. So I used to play soccer at her campus. She was with some of her friends, and when I kicked the ball, it somehow landed right near her where she was sitting with her friends. And so I went to her and very politely I said, "Hi, can I have the ball?" And then that smile that I got from her, I just knew that I needed to come back and get this girl's number.
He's a manager in hospitality. She's a foundation phase teacher. Together, they're fireworks.
Both our outfits were designed to initially and worn by royalty many years ago. They just represent the rich culture of India.
I'm using an Indian sherwani, which resembles men of royalty.
My lehenga was also designed for women, worn by brides, and lehengas come in different designs and colors. They're always embellished with jewels and lots of sparkle, and it really speaks to my glamorous side. We love the outfits.
They carry themselves like leads in a Bollywood classic, but it did not come easy.
It feels amazing to know that my husband is Mr. India South Africa. He's really sacrificed a lot in the last 3 months, worked really hard and continued to be determined, and he has reached his goal.
What the COVID outbreak and lockdowns brought home is the value of times like these.
A lot of newly wedded couples, they forget about their relationship before their marriage. So the marriage just enhances their relationship and picks it up to another level. Even though I've known Alissa for 10 years, there's always still new highlights to find out about that person, and it still keeps going.
Joshua met his fitness match in a woman who does Pilates, athletics, and yoga. Even better is working out as a team.
Fitness is important for you because it usually gives you an overall evaluation of your general well-being. In staying fit, we've got to make sure that it's consistent, always trying to do new exercises every day.
I think it's really important to have a fitness routine as a couple. It's so much easier when you have company to do it. You can motivate and challenge each other.
It's almost unfair how good these two look on camera, and a side hustle as influencers can only be a matter of time.
Between us, the person that usually pulls out the phone and takes the videos and pictures and stuff is, as you can see, Beauty Queen right next to me. She normally is the one in charge of that. She's very good capturing all those lovely images and videos of both of us.
When we're doing TikTok challenges and creating all the content, Josh is by far much cooler than I am.
Any hour Alissa isn't investing in working with children is time she'd rather spend with Josh.
When we bond, we usually go out, we take some lovely drives, we get to chat to each other. We always try to come up with ideas as to what we can do during the week for the weekend. And we do most things together when she is off, as I believe that is what keeps the bond alive.
As does Mrs. Maistry's talent in the kitchen. And with a husband in the food industry, a family enterprise looks increasingly likely.
What makes Indian culture special and unique is the fact that it's richly diverse and filled with lots of vibrant traditions, colors, and many different celebrations that people of all cultures can enjoy and participate in.
Like every culture has its own unique values and traditions that they follow. I think one of our firm tradition that we follow, and it goes back to the time of our grandparents, is that we come from a hospitality background. Whether it be you come to our house, we would never want to let them leave without having a meal or something hot to drink. And now, after many generations, it's being passed down, and so we sort of carry that tradition. It will also be passed down in the next generation to come.
It's hardly rocket science seeing the chemistry between the Maisтрys, and their secret is quite straightforward.
The way we keep our spark alive is, and I see it a lot happening in most relationships, is that there's a lack of communication. We always communicate, we let each other know where we're at during the day, what we're up to. Of course, as many people are working, sometimes it gets difficult, but just to pick up that phone and say, hi, how are you doing? Hope you're okay, check up on the person. Another thing is, as much as people say opposites attract, we have a lot of qualities that are almost aligned as well. Like, she's very playful by nature as well as myself.
A winning recipe for blossoming as individuals within a happy marriage.
We have set certain goals that we will achieve in a few months to come. Also, we have just recently passed our 1-year anniversary, so we're still enjoying that, just taking it one day at a time.
It's all in God's plan, and we really look forward and patiently wait to see what He has in store for us.
In each other and in their faith, they know they're in good hands. Coming up, it's hard to beat nature's natural talent for design, but this phone does aspire to that next level genius.
Sponsored by Capitec.
It's blooming marvellous the way Nicola Andrag preserves the natural design of flowers in captivating works of art. A career that took her out of software development and put her in her element.
I've always had a huge appreciation for nature, and I really want to incorporate being grounded in nature and create a career out of it. So I basically wanted to be surrounded by nature on a daily basis, and that's why I decided to start pressing flowers, and I wanted to try and incorporate nature and art at the same time, and through that I then created the brand Felt Designs, and I came up with the concept of creating art pieces using flowers and nature. I wanted to create pieces that could hang up on people's walls, that you could walk past just as you would in your garden and admire and look at and really appreciate nature for what it is.
Nicola sources from the farm of brothers Malcolm and Charles Jafta, whose family have grown flowers for generations.
Our speciality, I would say, is dahlias. And the dahlias that we currently have here on the farm is bulbs that's been in the family dating back to the 1960s. And that is actually our main flower, because my dad, he loved to do dahlias, because dahlias you can cut or you can harvest for at least almost 5 months. And that is now what me and Malcolm is now carrying on with.
With her freshly picked flowers, courtesy of the Jafta family farm, Nicola is now building a distinct floral legacy of her own.
After you've gone and forested your flowers, then it's important to get them in the presses as quickly as possible. What I generally do is I will forage my flowers, I will then come back and I will start preparing the flowers. The idea is that you want to strip the flower to its basic essence. So you want to strip away a lot of the leaves, and then you're going to put them in your press. You're going to layer your press and not have the flowers touching, so that you're going to minimize the idea of any mold being created. You're going to close up your press, and you're going to leave it for at least a minimum of a week to 2 weeks, depending on what type of flowers you are pressing.
A who's who of luxury safari camps are amongst Nicola's clients, and we soon understood why.
Here we have some already pressed botanicals that I've got. I will always use sort of colors that work well together. Here we're using sort of toned down oranges, some bright orange to give a little bit of a pop, and then some yellows and creams and so on. We are then going to take the second pane of glass that we then encase the botanicals inside the frames, and we're going to lay that on top of the frame, and then this piece is now ready to be taped and soldered. I think it's the combination of using natural elements and looking at the intricacy of the plants that is artistic in its own right. Basically being able to showcase nature in its artistic form.
The artist's first solo exhibition at the Ladder Cafe and Gallery was a chance for a cross-section of the public to spend time around her work.
We've been very fortunate that we have been invited to showcase our pieces at the Ladder. They exhibit artist pieces every month. And so we've sort of showed a whole collection of pieces, from new bespoke pieces that have never been seen before. For example, the snake skin one, which is one of my favorites. So there's a whole combination of different frames that we are showcasing here at the Ladder. The more different the types of pressings that I have, the more time people spend looking at the piece. For me, it also incorporates more wildlife. There's a combination of wildlife and plants, and I think that that's where I'm really trying to get the message across, is that it also ties in around the conservation of wildlife.
With the profits, Nicola and husband Hein Andrag plan to start a wildlife conservancy in Zambia.
I would absolutely love to be able to expand my range, to also bring in different mediums. So I'd really like to start bringing in botanical drawings into the pieces and sort of playing with sort of different creative mediums, but always sort of incorporating pressed nature. And going into the future, I would love to expand to different countries, possibly even try and get to showcase some pieces overseas. The main message from my side is buy local, support local, especially local artists. I think it would be really important to support the local brands that you have in your own city.
You stand a chance of winning one of Nicola's unique works. Log on to our social media pages for details. An epic new capacity to create art, capture experience, share and turn it into a blossoming career. That's what the launch of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra puts in the hands of the South African public. And not a moment too soon if you're Vice President of Mobile, Justin Hume.
You know, we've had it under wraps for a while, but to finally bring this product to life, it is groundbreaking. And I think what I'm loving about this trend that we've seen is in terms of the inclusion of artificial intelligence, machine learning capabilities, these type of things are really coming to the fore. I see a huge leap forward in terms of what artificial intelligence can do, the direction that that's taking, as well as in the hardware layer, and driven very much by the new processing capabilities that we're experiencing on the S23.
Whether you're snapping a selfie at an event, filming a concert, or grabbing a group shot of friends at dinner, Head of Marketing Khomotso Mosiani has good news.
We are relaunching and are doubling down into the concept of nightography, which basically allows you to take epic pictures, not just during the day, but also allows you to capture nights in clarity and in clear vision. So that's what we mean by epic nights are coming. We're doing it at night. We allow you to enjoy your Samsung S23, especially the Ultra, at night, to experience the full power of what we call nightography.
The most impactful technology both enables today and contributes to a better tomorrow. That brand ethos is championed by Chief Marketing Officer Dudu Mokolo.
You know, at Samsung, sustainability is at the core of what we do. And the Galaxy S23 has been designed with the planet in mind. We've incorporated a lot of recycled materials into the product itself. If I look at what we did with the S22, we had at least 6 components internally, which were recycled materials. With the Galaxy S23, we've doubled that. So we've got 12 internal and external components that are recycled materials.
Head of Mobile Product Zahir Kaji shared more on the mind inside this device.
So we've been working really closely with Qualcomm, which is our partner, in the development of the genius and the brain power of this device. So the new and latest, greatest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset really delivers this kind of performance, and it's based around speed, it's based around efficiency. Hardware on the phone itself, it's got an intelligent display, it's got AI, adaptive power, it's got all of these things, and it's got increased battery capacity as well. All of these things combined really delivers the type of efficiency that you want in this kind of smartphone, and it allows you at least 30% more usage time, you know, to take your passions further, do what you love doing most, and really enjoy your experience every day.
For creators and gamers alike, the desire to push limits and constantly reimagine what's possible requires technology that outpaces expectations, and this one does.
The Galaxy S23 Ultra is really the flagship product. Ultra over the years has come to be synonymous with the bigger form factor, the boldness of design, the best-in-class features, and we don't disappoint. We've got our Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor on board that was designed exclusively for Galaxy. That makes gaming a whole different experience on a mobile device. You know, what's incredible is we've now got ray light tracing through the gaming. So it really is giving you the experience that you would see on a top-end PC. Gaming PC is now available to you on a mobile phone.
The gaming on here is great. This is the first phone in the world with ray tracing. Ray tracing is a term that we use in video games. It's only in high-end devices like high-end gaming PCs, and now it's in this device, which means it renders light. So most video games that you see in the past kind of faked light, but now it's actually tracing rays of light physically in the game engine, which takes a lot of computing power. So shadows fall naturally, reflections look realistic. So this is like the most powerful device that you can get. It blows my mind.
With generations of OS upgrades available, this phone could become a member of the family.
In the past, I would have said to our AI engine, Bixby, switch on the air conditioner. And Bixby would put it on at my house. I now say into my phone, Bixby, put the aircon on, and Bixby comes back to me and says, Justin, your windows are open. This is not efficient to run the aircon with windows open. How about we close them? Okay, Bixby, close the windows. Obviously, if I've automated my house, that is the kind of learning and the kind of direction that we're starting to see mobile AI engines going.
And because Samsung cares about the screen time you're putting in, the enhanced comfort feature allows you to adjust color and contrast to lessen eye strain at night.
The Galaxy S23 fits perfectly into the consumer's lifestyle because it's made with the human in mind. It's not just a device for the sake of being a device. It's one that should allow you to capture some of the most important moments in your life. 200 megapixels from the camera. So it's really technology allowing you to basically live your most epic days and nights.
Starting 24 February, the Galaxy S23 range is available countrywide with a 10,000 Rand trade-in offer on up to standard devices. Up next, farm animals find sanctuary and a love of vegan chocolate blooms in Greyton. Plus 1,000 Rand must be won. Over the mountains from food and wine capital Franschhoek, here in Greyton, the locals pride themselves on off-the-grid farming and a hospitality industry which treads lightly on the earth. The kind that travel content creators Vernon Botha and Simone Meyer live to bring to light.
We are massive adventurers and travelers, and we like discovering what South Africa has to offer, including the food, the culture, and the communities in the small towns. We mainly create travel and lifestyle content for our social media page. We also include content relating to unique places to stay, to eat, and to drink.
We definitely think our content is quite a bit of a niche, especially because we do it as a couple, so you get two different perspectives. It's just not just from one person's perspective, and the fact that we do it from a plant-based point of view. So when we go visit places, and especially restaurants and things like that, it's all sustainable, you know, and it's all plant-based and friendly in that way.
So, the couple pick up on one-of-a-kind experiences, like those offered by farmer and florist Karen Quayle.
Angora goats were originally farmed in the Karoo, and that's where my dad grew up. And when he moved to the Western Cape, he wanted to have a farm here with Angoras. So there aren't many people in the Western Cape with Angora goats. They say that it's too wet and you need sheds. So we farm slightly differently to the farms in the Karoo, but we farm it for their mohair, which we share off them twice a year.
Growing as popular as their mohair products is the chance for the romantically involved to spend the day sipping and snipping bouquets together.
At our Bubbles and Blooms events, we hope to create an experience for couples where they have space and time and no distractions, so they can spend time with each other and enjoy the beauty of the flowers together. So we're going to cut 20 stems today, and I'm going to walk with you. You can choose what you want. I'll show you how to cut the specific flowers, and then you can wander off on your own.
We met in 2016 through an online dating app called Tinder. Funny thing is, back then my bio was not looking for anything serious. 4 years later, I got married to Simone, and it's been such an amazing journey with her.
We actually got engaged in Morocco, and that was wild place. And Thailand's also really special to us. We went there right before lockdown after our wedding, island hopping, snorkeling. It was paradise. Traveling and working together is definitely challenging, but I think it has more pros than it has cons. Every year since we've gotten together, we've just bloomed together as a couple and as individuals.
I think the way to keep the spark alive is by going that extra mile and show each other that we really think of each other and care about each other. It was a really fantastic experience cutting the flowers myself and picking the flowers for Simone, and I think she was really chuffed with the result.
Yeah, I absolutely love the fact that they've got so many unique different types of flowers here that you don't ordinarily just get in any store. And also the cute Angora goats definitely adds to the experience.
Another activity in Greyton is making your own homemade chocolates under the guidance of Richard van Gierso, an accountant who made a career in fashion, then sought a quiet, creative life making chocolate in the country.
I just dropped off Simone. She doesn't know I'm here. I'm at Van Gierso's chocolate factory. I'm a big fan of chocolates. I've never made chocolates myself before, so I'm very excited to make my own chocolate. I'm going to surprise Simone later.
So this is where the chocolates are made. We have a whole range of chocolates that are made here. Everything is hand done. We have a little machine assistance for the tempering of the chocolate, but everything else is attention to detail, and perfection is the name of our game. The special thing with chocolate is its adaptability. It will take savory, it will take crunchy, it will take sweet, it will take floral, it will take spicy. It lends itself to so many things, and that's where the journey is particularly rewarding.
Having learnt from the masters in Belgium and France, Richard happily tries romantic new twists. In this case, vegan dark chocolate with rose petals.
The process of making our very own chocolate appeals to me. I like to be involved in the whole process of making, creating food, and I'm very excited to see the end result.
It turned out amazingly. We're very happy with that. It's set well. It's got a shine, it's got a snap, which means in chocolate lingo, it's in good temper. And of course, the petals look stunning.
Love the end result.
Recently switching banks to Capitec, Vernon's career in off-the-grid travel demands the kind of solutions he hasn't found with any other bank.
What initially appealed to me when joining Capitec were their extremely low fees, that I'm so impressed by how advanced their app is, all the different digital payment methods, the virtual cards. What I also really like is that I can create different savings accounts for my business goals, also for our travel goals. So I'm very excited to explore the app further, discover what else there is on the app, and very excited for the new journey with Capitec. Making the decision to switch banks was an easy one, but unlike switching a bank, the relationship that I have with Simone, I can't replace. So I'm looking forward to a relationship with my new bank, but I'm holding my relationship with Simone very closely, and I'm very excited for our dinner later and showing her the amazing vegan chocolate that I created for her.
But first, a meeting with Parisian dancer, Bond movie extra, model and fundraiser turned animal sanctuary founder Nicola Vernon.
We are at Greyton Animal Farm Sanctuary today, visiting the beautiful animals they have here. They are all rescued, and the reason we came here is because I think it's a special place for the two of us, because we're both vegan and love animals. It's a perfect Valentine's Day spot.
Once animals move here, they can be a little bit traumatized depending on where they've come from, and they do take a little bit of time to settle in. But with a lot of gentle treatment and soft words and plenty of food and all the things that they need, they soon realize that they've landed in a place where they are safe and protected for the rest of their lives. These are all the teenagers, as we call them, and this little one here is called Valentine, because he was rescued on Valentine's Day 2 years ago, and he stayed so small and cute and cuddly.
He's such a beautiful boy.
They're all quite young and very affectionate. As you can see, they're all lying down for belly rubs.
Visiting Greyton Farm Sanctuary today was eye-opening to me. It really changed my perspective once again of how we treat animals, and that all animals deserve love, they deserve kindness. And connecting with the animals today, each of them have their own personality, each of them have their own story. It's really special and really resonated with me.
After years in which articled law grad Simone worked in corporate and Vernon in human resources, they've entirely reinvented their careers. Food is a shared passion, which they share on their Instagram pages.
I just had the most amazing dinner. It started off with a lovely bento box. There were some kelp noodles in, some dim sum.
And now we've got a nice little cheese platter, which is made from cashew-based cheeses, some fruits, some crackers. Delicious. We went vegan in 2018. We started an Instagram page. It grew from there, and it developed into something so much bigger, to the point where we could leave our corporate jobs and do this full time. So actually, thanks veganism, and thank you to you, because I mean, in our relationship, I couldn't do this by myself, and I know it would be difficult, right?
I think we're the dream team, and we're going to continue doing what we're doing, and I love working with Simone.
If you have a dream, just go for it. You don't have to be stuck in doing something that you really don't enjoy, and to make that change, you know, be brave and go ahead and do it. It paid off for us. We never ever thought that we would be in this position. If you told us 5 years ago, I wouldn't have believed it. So if I can do it and Vernon can do it, literally anyone can. So follow your hearts and make your dreams come true.
To a wonderful evening, and to change.
To change. Love you, baby.
Love you.
If you have a career shift in mind, want to get your creativity blooming and help you live better with Capitec, tell us about it and stand a chance of winning a R1,000 cash prize courtesy of Capitec. Simply reply to the competition post on the Insider SA social media platforms using #LiveBetterWithCapitec. T's and C's apply and can be found on the Insider SA website. Just ahead, an old Franschhoek beauty blossoms anew when shown a lot of love by CJ and Jean-Marie Stunder.
Say hello to living better with our credit card. Shop in-store or online and get 1.5% cash back just for spending and banking with us. Switch and live better with Capitec. Sponsored by Capitec.
Excelling in more than 50 tests he played for Ireland, CJ Stander made his name as one of the greats. Now retired and returning home to the family tradition of farming, married life with his wife Jean-Marie Neetling Stander continues to bloom in new directions, like buying this property in Franschhoek and renovating it into a guest house, one they've named after their home in Ireland.
Welcome to Insider SA. I'm Jean-Marie.
And I'm CJ.
And welcome to our build in Franschhoek, the Belmont. Come and look inside.
It was going to take all their vision and determination.
So this used to be a lounge area in the previous guest house, and we decided we are going to do that elsewhere, and we're going to turn this into an ensuite room.
I think the nice feature of this room is that you have your own separate entrance, and you've got these lovely old windows that you can get some good sunlight in.
From traveling often with their young daughter Everly, the Standers have put their experience to good use.
We are currently standing where our family suite will be. This is going to be a beautiful kitchenette, and then over around here is going to be where the master suite is.
Over here we've got the bunk beds, each their own bedside table with a light and a USB port for all those electronic devices that kids might have. I really think the wallpaper finishes off quite nice.
Being a man for grass underfoot and skies above, this is where CJ came into his own.
So here we have the pool. You can see it's obviously far from ready at the moment, but we're still busy cleaning up on the outskirts here. We're going to have the braai area over there. That's his expertise.
Yes, we're going to have a nice braai area there, a nice big table that can seat about 12 to 14 people. And then we're going to have this nice green garden, palm trees type of thing coming around the corner. Loads of greeneries, a few bougainvilleas. That's my specialty. I like the garden. And our goal here really is just to enjoy the full area.
While emerald green grass reminds them of Ireland, Jean-Marie likes a balance of colour.
Welcome to my favorite room, the pool room.
Because it's blue?
Because I love blue. I feel like it's very peaceful and tranquil, and it's got a view over the pool there, which is also going to be blue once it's nice and pretty.
A former medical practice, it's now just the remedy for those in need of a getaway.
This is a small mediclinic where the doctor used to see his patients. He had his receptionist here with 8 or 9 different rooms where he would see all the patients during the day. So we decided to make this the communal kitchen.
To turn their vision into the real thing, this powerhouse couple invited renowned interior designer Tammy Holmes to join the team.
It was really, really important to both the client and myself that we kept the integrity of this home. So there was never a conversation around replacing the original wooden floors or removing any of the beautiful classic pieces that this home comes with.
Much was learnt under this Franschhoek roof.
We've definitely gained a lot of experience doing this project. It's bigger than any other project we've done. We've put in a lot of work and effort, especially him. He's put in a lot of sweat and tears himself. And I think the main lesson would probably be to be patient and to expect the worst.
I think it's an old goal as well, you know, so I call it an old goal. And
the house, not
the
me.
House. But there's always challenges, you know, so it's how you deal with those challenges. The biggest thing for me was just enjoying the process.
Having met the dream team near the beginning of renovations, we couldn't believe what they'd achieved since spring.
It's been a busy 3 months, and we can't wait to show you around and show you what we've done, so come follow me.
Grabbing their first chance in months to stop and smell the roses, the owners were only too happy for Tammy to do the honours.
So working with the heritage elements in this house meant creating a really beautiful traditional space as you walk in. The classic heads on the wall, this rimpy bench that is very, very proudly South African. So I've kept it very heritage on arrival, and then you'll see in the rooms, I've gone a lot more playful and fun and contemporary. I kept the consistency in each room in terms of its elements. So what you'll find in every suite in the Belmont is a feature headboard, a beautiful feature wall, whether it's wallpaper or a feature wall paint. I really had fun choosing all the art elements for each room, and this one was probably my most fun because I've always wanted to use Lucy de Moyen quartz shells in one of my projects, and this was the perfect opportunity because it's so proudly South African and I think it's so quirky and so unique. One of the challenges of this guest house renovation was that as new extra bits kept being added onto the guest house throughout the years, the flooring was different. So in order to keep the consistency, we pulled out all the old flooring that wasn't the original hardwood flooring and wanted to replace it with something that was equally as warm. And so what we landed up going with is an epoxy paint that most people use for their garage floors and is a very, very cost-effective option if you don't want to go for a screed.
Each bedroom is uniquely designed to offer guests an excuse to stay at least 7 times before deciding on a favorite.
Another reason this is my favorite room is because of this cute little private courtyard that guests get to enjoy, I don't know, a bubbly after a long day, a tea in the morning, or just a read in the afternoon. And leading off from this is the shared space, which is the swimming pool and dining area. The vision for this space was to create a really beautiful shared environment that guests could come and braai, swim, relax, read in a big, beautiful open space. This covered pergola creates the perfect dining spot for those hot summer days. We've got a gas braai for guests to use, this beautiful long table that seats at least 14, so the whole family can join in. And that's one of the most important things about this. We really encourage guests to book the whole place out, take it over for the weekend or for a special occasion, and really use each space as you would your home.
What was a dark, heavy space when the Stunders bought the house is now its brightest showpiece.
I designed the suite so that families could come and spend a long time in Franschhoek. We've got a beautiful, fully equipped kitchen, a bunk room that I'm sure any kids would love spending time in, and a little adult alcove that's got a beautiful bed tucked away and a reading nook for parents to get a bit of quiet time.
A graduate of law, Jean-Marie got to exercise her smarts on this project whilst loving the chance to express her and CJ's artistic side.
I actually get emotional when I walk through this place. I'm so proud of what we've achieved and created here. I've done a lot of things in my life, but this was hard work, blood, sweat and tears. For me personally, it's one of those places where you walk in and you just feel at home.
I personally want to stay here myself. I feel like I want to move into the Belmont.
If I can get anyone advice for renovations, is planning, financial planning as well. And it takes patience. It's like marriage. You just have to go at it and be patient and keep on going, and you have to enjoy it. I realized that waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and coming here to work for 3 hours and going back to work, you can do it. It's just a mindset.
What the Stunder name did for a golden era of Irish rugby, we hope it'll do for South African tourism. May the seed planted in Franschhoek blossom and bloom for decades. Next up, we pay tribute to a king, Keenan Forbes, most at home and happy with his queen, Nadia Nakai. It is to acknowledge the very happy place that Keenan aka Forbes had found in his life with Nadia Nakai that we bring you our very recent interview with them both. While Nadia's own success was the starting point, it emerged that the real story was this very special meeting of two creative hearts and minds.
Hello, babe.
Hi, baby.
How you doing?
Don't come close to the onions, Nikki.
Aren't you supposed to be wearing shades?
No, I told you I'm
I know me
recording.
think that if you wear shades, then it's not going to make you cry.
Yeah, but you also just must wash your hands. Also.
I did already wash my hands.
Did you? I'm glad.
Very important. So today we're going to be making...
Well, we're supposed to make lasagna and you made me...
Yeah, I think that lasagna takes a little too long. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make mac and cheese, but with a twist, right?
I'm good at lasagna. I'm so much better at lasagna than mac and cheese. So you're going to run with this.
I feel like mac and cheese is the one, but we're going to add a little chili to our mince because we always like to do that. We like chilies and stuff like that.
Mhm.
All of this fancy stuff, I don't know why it's here.
Because of the white sauce, it is going in. What do you mean? Because of the white sauce? You need some
Okay,
greenery.
but this is also kind of an opportunity for you to teach me like how to properly make mac and cheese.
I don't know how to make mac and cheese. Are you
I did
teaching
see
me?
it on TikTok.
Oh,
but
is it?
on TikTok somebody made it in a sink.
No, we're not
not
doing
gonna
that.
do
We're
that
not doing
today.
it. Okay,
Okay.
so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get a pot. We're gonna
Mhm.
put some water. We're gonna boil the
Uh-huh.
what's this macaroni?
The McMuffin. Yeah.
That's crazy that you eat that raw though. That's weird.
It's nice.
No, it's
Anyway,
not.
So today we're going to be cooking together. We're trying to eat healthy, but today the weather is a bit, moody outside. So mac and cheese it is. Okay.
Okay, so let me tell you a little secret. Is Keenan is really good at spicing, like dry rub meat, all of that, marinating. You the boss. So this is going to
It's
be
my
your
job now?
Yeah, boo.
Okay. So
Then I'll do this.
let me show you what time it is. This is my assistant, because you're my assistant today.
Okay.
Can you please chop up these little guys? What are
Which
these?
one?
You want to
Oh,
take a bite?
steak rib. No.
Watch this.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Baby, you know you're gonna get pink.
As you can see, spicing the meat. And we would like to make the meat a little chili and a little spicy. So
Can we
that's what
add
I'm
hot
doing.
sauce?
No hot sauce in the meat.
No.
Okay. Okay, off you go. Go do your thing.
I wanna see. I really wanna see. Can I chop this for you then?
Yes, please. Okay. That'd be great. A lot of the things that I try and cook are from my childhood. Obviously, my family being from Cape Town, like a lot of seafood, a lot of braaiing, snook braai, potjie, stuff like that. Yeah, man, and I think I really started getting into cooking as I got older. Something, therapeutic, something that could, just a place for me to be artistic and be creative in a different way. When did you start cooking?
Well, I had a lot of influences from my mom. She has a background from Zimbabwe, so like pap and muriwo. She used to make peanut butter chicken, but that wasn't my favorite.
Peanut butter chicken?
Yeah, she's gonna make it for you one day. But it was
Oh
just
my
like, that was like a thing that she makes. Chicken and chutney was also her vibe. So cooking with onions also is something that I learned from my mom. Making nice hearty gravies with your meals. It was always like a 3 thing. So it was the carbs or the starch, it was the meat, and then there was always a dessert every night. So
And for me, I watch a lot of cooking shows.
You do?
So sometimes I pretend like I'm in character, like on the show. So I've hosted many of my own cooking shows in my kitchen without cameras, just, in my mind. And in my mind, I'm a very successful and accomplished chef. So
yeah. No, but you did expose me to something that I've never had before and I absolutely love. It's
Which
like
was?
bak choy with the Indonesian.
Oh, bok choy. Oh yes, we
sauce.
like Chinese food.
Yeah.
What's your favorite fast food?
It's not Chinese food.
What is it?
It's
Mexican chicken. We can't say the
I
name.
can't say it's Mexican chicken.
Mexican chicken.
It's Mexican chicken, but yeah, it's not. But we do love Asian food. We do,
Yeah.
for sure. But that meal,
and we do love a good date night as well.
and that was actually the first time he cooked for me. It was a date, and he lit up
is
the
what
candles.
is the first thing I ever made for you?
That.
What?
The bak choy with the Indonesian
Oh,
sauce.
I made probably just like steak and veg, no?
Yeah.
What is the first thing you ever made me?
Lasagna. Hence what I'm trying to do today. And you had like the area lit up with candles and like
Okay,
incense.
thanks guys.
It's very romantic.
Thanks guys. Now on to our next step.
Very romantic, baby. You're gonna cook the meat, no?
Okay.
So because you're making mac and cheese, I like making my own homemade cheese sauce, which is essentially white sauce that I add cheese to. So you get flour, you get butter, you put that together and make a little paste, and then you add some milk to that. You mix it till it gets like a nice thick consistency to it, and then you add your cheese. So the more cheese you add, the cheesier it is, and I like a lot of cheese. So I'm working my way up to the right thickness and the right level of cheesiness for my mac and cheese. Sorry.
Not bad.
Huh?
Gotta get it nice and even in there. So, what is our favorite activity to do together?
Being at home, honestly.
Yeah, we love being at home.
We love being at home.
Yeah.
We're both such homebodies.
Yeah, we really love being at home. If it was up to us, we would
be at home
never
all the
leave
time.
home.
And another thing that we love doing together is discovering new restaurants.
Here we go. Woo-wee. That looks good. That looks good.
Please give me the...
Okay, I think that's good, babe.
And then get all of it in there, baby.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Now we need more. All of it.
No.
Cheesier the better. Saucier the better.
All right. Let's just clean up there a little bit more before we put the cheese in.
Okay. I'll take this.
There's nearly not enough
that?
cheese. Where's all the cheese?
I put it in the sauce.
No.
You have to put cheese in the
It's
sauce.
supposed to be on top.
Yeah, so you make more, but you need
Yeah,
cheese
we need to
in the
grate
sauce.
more cheese on.
Mm-hmm. Guys, Peter.
How did we meet?
I was working for Icon.
Oh,
I was
snap.
doing their
So you
TV.
remember like when you
I
made
remember
it for
because they
the
found
first
the picture on social media where we looked so young. You used to look like Steph. That's how young you were.
Mm.
You're tiny. I was so young. I think I was straight out of varsity in 2013, I think. And I interviewed
2013.
2013, sorry. 2013.
Yeah.
And I interviewed you for that club that I was working for.
I think we started from the first time we met, maybe like 10 years later, we started dating.
More than 10 years.
Yeah, more than 10 years. I think I don't know.
I don't know who asked you asked.
I don't think I know who asked who out. It kind of just organically kind of happened.
I know you asked me out. When we went out, our first date was in your house. So maybe that counts.
Can you have dates at home?
Yeah, you can, especially the way you did it. You had candles and incense and a whole shebang going on for me. The lights were dim.
Okay.
That was a date.
There we go.
Yeah.
You guys getting all of this? My favorite thing about her is just how caring she is, how loving she is, how family orientated she is, how God orientated she is, how she just wants to make me a better person.
I think the favorite thing I love about you is how much of a leader you are. You lead me in a lot of things, you teach me a lot of things. I also like the fact that you are so like strong in your beliefs and the way that you think is the right way to do things, and I had to learn a lot of that from you.
I like the idea of matching tattoos because it's for life. We thought, let's get one. So it's a sword, this Excalibur, which is the sword of King Arthur. And half of the face is a male lion, other half is a lioness. And when you put them together, you get the Lion King Queen. So. Who is the most romantic between the two is definitely me.
Yeah, definitely
sure.
am.
She, her and romance. I'm definitely
And I'm
the
also
most.
not used to it, so.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to rehabilitate her. She's been through a life of non-romance.
Yeah.
So now I have to come in and just like kind of
Undo
bring her
lots.
back up to speed. Like
Yeah.
as in where like the game is, you know, via romance.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a lot more romantic than me. I want to have a baby.
I'm sure you do. Oh, it's getting hot in the studio, man.
I'm getting
what else?
children,
Yeah.
personally.
Uh-huh.
Professionally, I am launching my makeup brand, which I'm really excited about.
What's it called?
Excited about, called Naked Without.
It's going to be amazing. And I'm very, very proud of her because she took the money out of her own pocket, did it, made it happen, dealt
you.
with all the manufacturing, importing, exporting, all of that stuff. And we hope that she begins to grow it and then, you know, kind of becomes like a mogul, like DJ Khaled or something like that.
You know?
Another one. Amazing.
Are you being for real?
Oh, fantastic.
Liar!
Oh, so
Is it good?
Babe, it's amazing.
I feel like you'd never tell me it's bad if I made it.
Exactly.
No, it's really cool.
No, it is.
It's clear.
It is good. It's cheesy kiss for the camera. Thank you for joining us in our home, and we'll see you soon. Well, one of our homes. We'll see you soon. Peace.